everyone, and welcome to another command block video. This one we're going to be continuing with the weather system, and what I'm going to be focusing on is this randomizer that I've designed. So, quite an important part of this weather system is making the different weather events happen at random intervals. And different weather events need to be more frequent than others. So I've designed this system which is based on having clocks that run with prime numbers. Now prime numbers are fairly unpredictable, so you can use this to make a sort of pseudo randomizer. So yeah, here I have in this example I have 9 clocks, and each of them has a different prime number of ticks that they will clock at. So this first one's 2, then 3, then 5, then 7, and that means that every 2 ticks this one will output, every 3 ticks this one will output, every 5 ticks this one will output, and then at the end here I'm just counting up the number of them that are outputting at the same time. And using that you can get a sort of random sequence. For example, the number 5 will be less frequent than the number 2. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I'll explain it a bit more later. I'm just going to give you an example. So if I set the weather to rain, there we go. They all turn to redstone blocks, and now everything's running. And you can see all of these are constantly changing because they're going up to their number and then back to 0. And then one of them, it's sort of hard to tell which one it is being set to the number of these things which are at 0. And yeah, you can take that as an output. So right here I'm taking an output whenever the score is 5, which is fairly common because of the number of clocks I have and stuff. So 5 is fairly common, and then I'm running this system here, which I'll explain in the next episode, which I haven't actually got working yet. So yeah. Right, I think I'm just going to jump into the Excel document so I can sort of explain this a bit further. So this is just an explanation of how the clock works, sort of. I've got this graph set up in Excel which shows when a number of clocks will all be 0. So as you can see, whenever the line is at the 0 point, none of them are 0. This is when one of them is, this is when 2 of them are, 3, 4. We have some very rare 5s. There aren't any 6s, and there's only one 7 at the very beginning. I only go up to 5,000 iterations on this. Sorry. Start again. God damn it, cough. So this is just a brief explanation on how the clock is somewhat random. So you can see this graph is it shows when different numbers of clocks are the same. So you can see we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We start with a 7 because they all start on 0, and then after that we get sort of this random pattern. You can see there's quite a lot of 1s, quite a lot of 2s, a few less 3s, a lot less 4s, and then even less 5s. There aren't any 6s because I only got up to 5,000, and there aren't any more 7s. So you can see their sort of relative rarity, which is quite interesting. And this is just using a system I've set up here. Let's just get the zoom right. Okay. So what I'm doing is I have my prime numbers here, which I can change to any number. If I put like 10, you'll see we'll get like a different pattern. But prime numbers work best because they're unpredictable. We have no method of generating them technically, so the pattern it creates here should be somewhat random. So yeah, you take your seed number, which is just the number of ticks the clock has been running for, and then you would divide it by your prime numbers, you can see here, and if it divides exactly, it gives us 0. If it doesn't, it gives us a number. So then I can turn that into ones and zeros and sum them to work out how many would be 0 at that point. And as you can see, we start with a 7 and then we go down, and we'll get an entirely random sequence of numbers, with bigger numbers being less frequent. And using something like this, I could calculate the relative rarities of the different numbers. So I hope that all makes sense to you, and I hope that this is going to be useful to you guys who want to have similar sort of random systems in their command blocks. That's about it. I will put the commands in the description as long as I remember, but it's not too complicated. But yeah, thanks for watching.